Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Where Evil Lives, the Eighth City Advocacy Services. It's been a couple weeks. We are in the middle of hell. Kinda hell. It's actually a dimensional offshoot of hell. Its own little pocket. But we are in hell, or the party is in hell, and they are attempting to do some stuff. The last kind of a little bit of a recap. The last time we played, they had rescued the hag, Sasha Darkdream, from her torture chamber, and received some benefits and boons and assistance from the hag. Well, at least most of them had received some benefits and boons from the hag. One member of the party was very suspicious and unwilling to receive any benefits or boons from the hag. But the party rested up, got some information, headed deeper into the 8th City Advocacy Services after their main quarry, the Infernal Chancellor Lazavos, and here on the bottom floor they found their other quarry, the Adjudicator Akistos. Now, they have two very different missions here. They need to actually kill Akistos, and they need to capture Lazavos. So as they have stepped into this chamber filled with a fountain and ghostly apparitions, they now find themselves in the midst of a battle in which they need to slay the devilish Adjudicator Akistos. And so far, things are going well. Let's jump in and see how it actually turns out. We are right back.
The true enemy is Lily's obsession with Amazon there in the background.
Amazon.
Wow.
and Home Depot.
And Home Depot.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I've got Amazon and Home Depot. That's
Amazon
right.
and Home Depot.
How do you get a Home Depot box?
You just go and buy boxes at Home
Oh,
Depot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about one of those for the TV? It worked well.
I know. It works great. They have a whole moving aisle that I've been frequenting a lot.
Yeah. So.
Guy, one of the wraiths is
Yes, sir.
coming at you.
How
That
dare
is a
you?
big miss. Linsey, you're up. Across the battlefield, your compatriots are making relatively short work of the wraiths. Two of the wraiths are kind of doing that glitching, screen tearing scenario. A third wraith is still relatively healthy. Fourth wraith has been completely banished, and then the fifth wraith is still struggling against Chatters, who has thrown himself into the kind of ectoplasmic goop that is the wraith and is attempting to control it from the inside. Across the way, Nymdaer is fighting against Akistos and seems to be faring well. Your allies are relatively healthy, except Kira, who has been taken below half HP, and Lily, who is sitting around 75%. What do you want to do?
Okay, so Guiding Bolt spell, right? But
Yes.
I have Guiding Bolt granted to me by Circle of the Stars, which makes it not a spell or a spell that I spend a spell slot on.
Mhm.
That being said, since that's the case, if I use Guiding Bolt, can I still use a spell as a bonus action?
Okay, so actually I think what it is you get a guiding bolt is what does Circle of the Stars do for guiding bolt exactly?
It grants you 2 uses of Guiding Bolt per long rest.
Does it say what level those guiding bolts are?
I think it's just level 1.
Just base level 1? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, I mean, I got it at I'd have to look it up, but I'm assuming it's level 1.
Okay, cool. If
Guiding
that is the
bolt?
case, You would still be casting a spell, yes, even if it is it's not being activated from an item or something like that. So it's still going to count as casting a spell.
A class.
It's just like a free spell. Like it does, yeah. So
it
yes.
doesn't consume a spell slot. It's a different resource.
Yes. So you wouldn't be able to use your action for that guiding bolt spell and a bonus action for an actual first level spell or up.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. That is what I wanted. To know. I will move over here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna guiding bolt the current BBEG.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Bolt. Normal. Does a 28 hit.
Holy shit.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. A 28 does hit. Except I need you to make me a DC 18 charisma saving throw.
Why did it not? Why is it not letting me roll the? All right, charisma.
Yes, DC 18
Is
charisma
this
saving
charm?
throw. Yes, it is charm. It is a charm. Yes.
I have resistance.
Okay. Advantage.
17.
17. It's DC 18. Can you do anything?
Can I wheel a saving throw?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Where is?
Well,
what is that?
Yeah. Can't you wheel a saving throw? You
I
can
think
wheel any
I've
roll.
not used it on a saving throw.
I'm pretty sure you can wheel any roll. I thought you
Yeah.
were saying. I thought you were asking if you could like reduce
No.
the amount of the saving throw,
No,
but that
no,
would be like
I
a whoa.
rolled wheel. Cosmic Omen. God, talking is hard.
Words are
Attack
hard.
roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Yeah.
I will use my reaction.
Okay.
Cosmic Omen, and give a 1d6, so it's gonna meet it even if I roll a
Yeah,
1.
it meets it. Doesn't matter. Okay. You just resisted Akistos through whatever supernatural, preternatural, whatever power he possesses. His eyes flash and his attention like turns to you as the radiant energy forms in your hand. And you are struck by his devilish charm. But through the wheel of the stars, you overcome said devilish charm, which would have redirected your guiding bolt to a different target. Instead, it streaks. And I say streaks. It probably instead does the like video game-esque, like shoots out of your hands and then goes pew 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 pew, pew like through all of the people in between you and him, right?
the dark side eye lasers.
Exactly. And then just rockets into his side. Roll your damage.
That is 11 radiant.
Fantabulous. That is 22 radiant damage as it slams into Akistos' side, and he roars in fury. So, those keeping track of Akistos' health, he just took 22 damage. Okay.
End turn.
Linsey, as
One
secure
you
yourself,
step
right?
over there
Yeah.
and then move back,
Mm-hmm.
the ectoplasmic goop, the wraith that chatters is inside, does actually try to swipe at you, but
Okay.
chatters attempts to resist, so he gives the creature disadvantage on this attack of opportunity.
Okay.
That is a 17.
That would have hit otherwise.
All right,
That would have hit otherwise.
sounds good.
Thank you, chatters.
You get 99. Just FYI, 99 is his number currently.
That is not his
Yeah,
number
that's
currently.
available.
That's what I have.
He was at 171 and he just took 22 damage.
Right, hold on.
I'm pretty
171.
sure you even put
Yeah,
that in the chat last time.
The minus 50 I already had in there. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's taken 71 total. Yeah, I got that. Or 72
Okay.
total.
Yeah.
12 plus 38 plus 22, 72 total. Yeah.
Okay. I'm merely double checking because it's very important numbers. All right,
It's,
sounds good.
certainly more important than not.
It is Chatter's turn. Someone roll me a d20 plus 5 for Chatters.
Slash roll 1d20 plus 5. That's 18.
Ooh, okay.
Is that
Wraith
good?
is
I don't
going to
know.
resist. Chatters has fully taken control of this Wraith's ectoplasmic form, turns and swings with the Wraith's body on the Wraith adjacent to it. Unfortunately,
No control.
the Wraith causes psychic damage, and the Wraiths are immune to psychic damage. So the Wraith on Wraith violence does nothing.
Sounds about right.
It is Dolly's turn. Zach, would you mind piloting Dolly for us until Cassandra can get here?
Oh, yeah, do we know if she's raged or not?
She is
hope she
raged.
is.
Yes.
Well, she didn't mark it off. She's at 4 rages.
Okie dokie. She is raged.
And now she's at 3 rages. Okay. Yeah. All right. Riddle me this, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shoot a spectral bull diagonally? Technically,
Yeah.
that's still a straight line, just not the straightest of lines.
Yeah, you can, but it will follow the same directional issues. And I will say you can only do it like in the 8 directions. You can't do like this. Can you see my arrow right now?
Yeah.
You can't do like this, but you can do like this. So,
Okay, so if I
It'd be
move
like
right
45.
here
yeah,
and I shot like that,
absolutely.
would that hit Kira and or?
Nope. It's only a 5 foot. It's only a 5 foot cone or 5 foot line. It's just a straight 5 foot line.
All right, I do that.
All right, you do that.
Plugin spectral mauling. I don't have a. Oh, I do have a thing. That's just an attack roll, right? This is spectral blah blah blah. As part of an attack action, you may select. Okay, so I do I attack or do I just make it happen? Will it into being?
What's the rest of the thing say?
As part of an attack action, you select a 15-foot line you can see within 60 feet of you.
It's a saving throw. So it takes one of your attacks.
Okay, well, go and be saved.
Okay. What's the DC? 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom. 13. Got Dex 1. Got Dex 2. They both save.
Well, all right. I think you take half.
Failure, you deal damage. Success, they take half damage and are not pushed.
All right. And it's just an attack, right?
Yes. It's just an attack.
Okay, there's damage for you.
20.
14, I assume.
Rage counts.
All right, 17.
17 divided by 2. What are we sitting at? 9? 8? Thank you. 8 damage. 8 damage. All of a sudden, a charging Dolly spectrally appears and rams through the 2 wraiths. That is one of your attacks.
Yeah, second attack. I will move back up here and to get advantage on the maul attack.
Whoa!
28 to hit
Hits.
and 14 damage.
And that is just 1 over, killing this Wraith. That Wraith screen tears into oblivion. It is gone forever. Anything else with Dolly's turn?
Rip to you. She will go. So she did 5, 10. She'll go 15, 20.
Keep in mind, no one has yet entered the center of the blood fountain.
How much does she
Good.
She has?
Just pointing that out. I forgot that in the recap. The fountain is a blood fountain, and no one has willingly gone into the center of the blood fountain so far.
35.
Sorry,
30.
that's not on the top of anybody's to-do list.
All right, so she'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, going
That's
around the
30
fountain. Gotcha.
Movement. Yeah.
Mitch, also, I saw your mouth moving, but I did not hear you, so I didn't know if you were talking to us or not.
Did not realize that was a blood fountain and definitely would have walked through it.
Yay! Alright, Dolly's done. It's Kira's turn. Kira is a little banged up, Lily, but she's still got that fighting spirit.
Which, you know, yeah. So
She's tenacious.
yeah. So can she walk over here, pat like under the legs of everybody, and get to this guy?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
She can definitely go under Artorias. Artorias is massive right now.
Oh,
You big boy.
Kira. And are these guys like immune to like? Is this a shield bash / boomerang shield? kind of thing?
You do know they will be resistant to her sword, so she'll do half damage with her sword. She'll do full damage with her shield, but the shield does less damage, so it's kind of a little bit of a wash kind of situation. So it's just whatever you want
That's
to do.
fine. Yeah, so I did the boomerang shield. Sorry. Boomerang
18 hits, 8 damage. It is still up. Second attack.
Did she get a second attack?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
she gets
Boomerang
second attack.
shield.
Boomerang shield. 18. 11 damage. It is glitching all over the place and looks wispy as fuck, but it is still standing. It is barely there. I assume that's the end of Akira's turn?
Yep.
All right. Nymdaer, you are facing off against Akistos. You can tell from his prior attacks, right? The infernal injunctions that he attempted to utilize against you. He is a dangerous opponent, but you definitely have him outgunned. The issue probably isn't can you all defeat this guy. The issue is can you actually kill him? What do you want to do with your turn?
What do you
All right.
wish to
I'm
do?
gonna move around 5, 10, 15, 20, 15. Oh good, I just died in TFT too. Good. Now I can concentrate.
Nice. How far'd you get?
Yeah,
Which place?
6.
6? Ooh, not a great
I'm
run.
getting my ass kicked in this set. I stopped playing when I moved, and now I don't fucking understand how to do it.
It happens.
Okay, move around.
Dolly
Keep
has
on
run up
sleeping.
to provide you with assistance, and now Nymdaer, you fall into a flanking position.
Which was not my intention. He is armed in the literal sense, right? In that he has arms.
Yes, he
You said
has
that
arms.
arms, or-
Yes, he has arms with quite long talons on them and pretty massive horns.
Okay, so nothing to be disarmed of.
Nothing being wielded. No
Okay.
wielded weapon.
Okay. And he hasn't taken damage since Jay, right?
Sitting at 149, has not taken damage.
So it's the minus 72 total. All right.
Why are
I'll just
you
go-
keeping track of it by the minus 72 rather than what his health currently is at?
171 minus 22. I have 150.
Should be
149.
149.
171, 149. Okay, 149.
feel like you were doing this in the most complicated way you could.
That's the only reason I asked. I was like, why do you keep telling me how much HP he has lost?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I attack with the moonlit hybrid. That's a 30. I rolled a 30.
Oh
crit.
shit. Yeah, that hits. Sure.
Okay, awesome.
Fantastic. What's the total damage on that?
For 20, 21, 25.
25. All right, he will take 25 damage.
All right, fucking be vexed. Or whatever, be sapped. Have disadvantage on your next roll. I don't remember the name.
I think he already has disadvantage on his next roll.
Oh, no, he definitely does.
Okay.
Plus 25 will. I don't have anything to make my attacks from. I just do it again.
He does it again.
Hold on. No, well, hold on. His thing is real. Yeah, his shit is really high. There's no sense in even precision attacking. It's like 24, 22, 23, some shit like that. I just let it go.
All right. You're falling into that flanking position. Akistos is unable to defend himself against your first attack as he kind of like turns his attention to Dolly. But the second attack, he is able to kind of get into a better stance and parry the blow with his sharp claws. That is the end of your turn, Nymdaer?
Hold on. Just be calm for a second.
Oh, I'm calming my tits. My tits are calm.
I feel like I already know my enemy plenty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to know your enemy better?
No, I feel like I know him pretty well.
All right, sounds like a plan. Lily, you're up.
Okie dokie, I am up.
97. 221 minus 97.
This guy is hard.
124.
I am going to try to attack him again. Does he still have a charm thingy?
He seemed to try to use it against Linsey, though it failed, and his turn hasn't come back around.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. He is flanked. Since he is flanked, he has the flank status. That's how we're playing it. And a 22 just meets his AC. So
Aha,
you do
suck it.
hit.
22 is it? Okay. Yeah.
11 piercing damage. A arrow plinks through the sky and takes him in the shoulder. He grunts. Another attack.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
11.
All right. 18s will not do it.
Alright, that's my turn.
He turns his attention, still fighting against Nymdaer and Dolly, parrying blows, dipping around, still manages to duck out of the way of one of your shots, Lily. We are over to this Wraith, who is no
113.
longer acting on his turn and instead is acting on Chatter's turn. And we are now to Devil Adjudicator Akistos. He's gonna see if he recharges his ability.
Oh.
He did not
Probably not.
recharge his ability. Okie dokie.
Super does.
So, he will instead take a swipe at Nymdaer.
28 does indeed hit. Hold
okay.
on. Let's see if I want that to hit.
Let's see if I want that to hit.
I mean, I can't do anything. I'm thinking about if I should parry or not.
If you should reduce the
Well,
damage. Now, you are resistant to fire right now, right?
I am.
Okay. So that would be 12 at the moment?
I have a lot of dice. I'll just do it. I'm gonna parry it.
Okay.
Roll my superiority dice plus my strength or dex. Okay, superiority dice is this button that says superiority dice plus 5. 10 minus 10 damage.
You take 2 fire damage. And I believe that's the second time that he has swiped at you, connected, and done barely any damage because of your resistance to fire. That annoys him, and being in a punitive mood, he turns his ire towards Dolly in an attempt to inflict damage elsewhere.
Got much better for her.
24?
But 24 does hit, yes.
29 damage.
But she is raging and also resistant to fire.
So she will also take half. So that would be 14 damage.
Dude's having a bad time.
He likes it. He does that weird smile that mooses do where they show all of their teeth on accident.
On accident. Terrifying. And hitting Dolly and seeing her take, again, half of the damage that she should off of what otherwise would be a pretty hefty chunk of damage.
Hold on. He should have had a disadvantage on one of these attacks.
Ah, true. He would have had disadvantage on the first one. I will re-roll on the first one for Nymdaer. 23.
It still hits, but
okay.
I would have taken 0 damage.
No, we keep the damage from the first roll.
Oh, well, alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm cool with 2, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, 2 damage.
I mean, look, I'm magnanimous if not anything else.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, Agistos, he doesn't have this, like, fear of death in his eyes. He just has frustration and annoyance that he's clearly mad that you all are strong enough to challenge him. But he is still confident in his security due to the spells within the 8th City Advocacy Services. And now he's just frustrated and kind of like pissed off that he's not getting to hurt you as much as he wants to hurt you. And that's basically his entire personality right now. And it's Sif.
Oh, babies. Here comes Sif.
Oh, Sif.
I think Sif, though, is still going to keep chomping at some wraiths to try and clear the field.
Sif... Right. Sif is dazed. Which means... This last time, I had to fucking go look it up like 3 times. That's why he has that little whirly thingy on his head. Sif is dazed. He
You're fine.
can only do one of the following on his turn. Move, use an action, or use a bonus action.
Move, use an action, or use a bonus action?
Yep.
I use the action bite.
He uses the action bite. 24 will hit. Okay, you're biting the low health one?
Yeah.
That is a dead wraith. It screen tears out of existence. Second attack, I'm assuming?
Do I get both?
Yeah, you get both. You get your full action
Oh, okay.
when you do it. Yeah. You just can't do any of the other things. 16 will
Alright,
hit.
we'll get the other one then.
Okie dokie. And that is another 9 damage as it resists a little bit of the fire. This one is starting to glitch out a little bit. At the end of your turn... Nope, never mind. Oh, yeah. At the end of your turn, please roll another DC 14 Wisdom saving throw for Sif.
How about a hard failure?
Hard failure. Okay. Sif's maximum HP reduces by 10.
Going well. I think that already happened once before, didn't it?
It did, and it keeps happening.
Cool.
It's like temp
Going
HP,
well.
right? It doesn't add.
Yeah.
68.
And for clarity, it's not just his current HP, it's his maximum HP has been reduced by 20.
Yeah, I did both. So I put a 20 in the red and then lowered his health.
Gotcha, there you go. Okie dokie.
Because, you know, you hate all of my dogs.
Oh, well,
and
did you lower his health from 78 to 68?
Oh, it should be 70, shouldn't it?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because he doesn't take 10 damage. His just max health is lowered. So as long as he's got enough health to fill that up, he's good. Okay. Anything else for Sif's turn? No, that was the end of his turn. Gotcha. Right. Wraith remains. He is gonna just actually he's gonna try to agonizing touch Guy. Question mark? Guy? 25 to Guy.
25 to hit. Get borked.
Get borked. 22 to Guy.
Don't like it, Jerry. How, regardless of what my AC is, you still hit me.
It's a thing. It's really a thing. It's a miraculous thing.
Wait. There's some bad shit that comes with this there.
This is how Sif got dazed. This is what Sif was afflicted with. Shield. All right. Shield goes up, reflects the attack. No dice for this wraith. And Guy, it is your and Artorius's turn.
Okay.
Excuse me, son.
We dash forward.
Please don't get paralyzed. Move. Thank you.
Okie
Okay.
You
so
took
how much
Kira
health
with
does
you.
this dude have left?
Huh?
How much health does this dude have left? Zach?
113.
Okay, so we got some time to work with here.
Much
All right.
time.
Mech. 22 to hit.
22 just hits.
14 damage.
14
That takes
damage.
necrotic. Does he take necrotic damage?
He takes all of that damage.
Plus 14, okay.
10 more damage.
10 more
Plus 10,
damage.
great.
Did I haste myself? I think I hasted myself for this fight, right?
You did.
A little hasty haste option. There, come hasted.
That was the first thing you did in the fight.
We swang.
22.
For another 11 damage.
Another 11 damage. All right.
Plus 11.
Getting there.
113 minus 35. 78
And
to
then-
14221.
This is the guy we need to kill, right? Or capture?
Guy
We
you
have to
need
get
to
him
kill.
to. We got to get him to 23 and then kill him in one.
Alright. Then I have faith in you guys. We're going to get him close. So I'm going to use my bonus action to apply my Radiant Oil to my weapon for the next turn.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. So that forgoes any action from Artorius because you use your bonus action. Gotcha.
Correct. Yep.
Okie dokie. Linsey, you're up. The battlefield has changed since your last turn. It seems as though Chatters has fully taken control of the Wraith that he is inside, leaving only one other Wraith remaining at this current point in time, who is glitching out a little bit. Sif is facing off against that Wraith, but seems to be afflicted with some sort of status that is slowly decreasing his vitality. Kira still is below half HP. Everyone else is doing okay and is beginning to focus their fire on Akistos. What would you like to do?
I will. Let's go. What do I have? All right, so I'm gonna go up to Kira, place a hand on her shoulder, cast Cure Wound at level 2. Also,
Okay.
Let's do a 3.
Doing a 3.
So
All right.
24 for her.
Plus 24
And
HP
then
to
I will-
Kira.
And then I'll 1d8 myself
All right.
with the chalice that I have. Wow, boy.
Oh boy.
Don't waste
Hey, look.
that all in one place.
I know for a fact I've seen you as a player be on 1 HP before, so 4 HP could absolutely mean the difference.
That's true. That is fair.
In turn. Alright, it's Chatters. Chatters does not seem to understand that the wraith he is piloting can't really hurt the other wraiths. So he begins to float over the blood fountain to attack the other wraith, which the attack of that wraith is irrelevant. What's less irrelevant is that the blood beneath Chatters begins to bubble and surge upwards violently. It doesn't seem to have reacted to the wraiths at all, and it seems to be mildly reacting to Chatters. And now it's Dolly's turn. I don't know if you're talking to us or to the phone, Zach. Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's, oh,
No, I'm good. Sorry, I'm back.
You're good?
Finally, Okay. All right. Who am I? I'm a moose or I'm a man?
you're a moose. You are not a man, you are a
moose.
moose.
So am I a man? Is he a man?
Is he a kitty?
If I'm a moose, I'm a very manly moose. Am I a man? Okay. All right. It's me, Dolly. What kind of stupid shit can I do? I should know. I built this character.
Say her name is Dollicicence.
Yeah. Dolly Spartan.
Got it. I understand now.
I'm gonna just fucking go to swinging.
Swinging.
Hold on, let me review what kind of bullshit items she has.
The bullshit items that she has.
Oh, nothing that lets me do anything more than swing. I'm gonna swing.
He's gonna swing.
Got a shitload of fucking AC, so I'm not gonna forgo advantage. That's a miss, and that's a hit.
Second one hits.
Please roll the damage. Then please roll the damage.
Ooh, good.
Okay, 16 moose damage. Please mark it down.
16 moose damage taken. His HP is beginning to plummet.
He's at 62. 62
Getting close.
from my calculations.
Gonna have to start watching out. And it is Kira's turn. We've lost a Lily.
I can probably get him really close to the threshold next turn.
We will let you do that, Nymdaer. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh,
You,
she's back.
you don't have to rush, Lily. You don't have to rush.
You always calling me mid-water. Okay, hold on.
It's a natural talent.
Or like
It's
the rest of us.
Kira's turn.
So she's gonna step up and hit that guy.
Sounds like a plan.
Boomerang shield. I was like, I've got plenty of time. I'll just go fill up my water.
10 damage. He is beginning to screen tear, but you just bloodied this wraith. Bloodied the
Okay,
wraith.
I'm in one more time.
14 also hits. Another 9 damage. He's starting to look rough, but he is still up and swinging. Now to Nymdaer.
Alright, I do that move where Ichigo Getsuga Tensho's right in fucking what's his face's face. I don't know, every single person.
What the
Um,
fuck?
What? You don't know that move where Ichigo Getsuga Tensho is right in the enemy's face and it did because normally it's like an arc that like flies, but instead sometimes he just launches it directly in someone's face, like they're holding his sword and he just does it right there. You're not
Sure.
familiar with those?
Sure.
No,
I-
He does that.
I probably would have been familiar with that 10 years ago or a week ago if I continued watching when I restarted, but I did not.
Okay. Well, whatever. I Moonlight Slash right in his face.
Moonlight slash right in his face.
23 should hit.
23. All right. But this is a Moonlight slash. This is specifically one of your Moonlight slashes, right?
Yes, sir.
So the damage is radiant damage.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is not 17.
No, it's 17 times 2,
That is
34.
34.
which just gets us pretty damn close.
Very, very close.
62 minus 34 is 28.
He is sitting
Alright,
at
well,
28 HP, and he's
made this a
he's
little more
beginning to like
difficult than
pant
you.
and huff. But again, he doesn't have that look of fear in his eyes at all. He seems supremely confident that the security measures are going to protect him. In fact, it doesn't even appear to be a potential to him that you are aware and understand these security measures and are actively like looking to exploit them.
All right. Then for my second attack, I will punch him.
I knew it! I was sitting in my head, I was like, Zach's gonna milk this. He's just gonna try to get that additional little bit of damage.
I was gonna
isn't
see
he?
how much. I was trying to remember how much strength you have.
Yeah.
I
think it's
I have
always
plus
gonna end
5.
up
I
being
can only
like
do 6
1.
damage, and it's not magical, so 6 halved.
Oh,
3.
I love it.
Best I can do if I hit.
Oh, so
Slash
good.
roll 1d20.
You're even
plus
protected if you crit.
9.
Like, if you crit, you can still not do, like, enough damage to push him over.
Okay, so there's a punch
Well.
attack. It's only an 11, so that sucked, but
But you have
Um,
advantage.
oh, so I do.
Yeah, why, you still have advantage.
Even worse.
Even worse. Never mind. All right. End of your turn, Nymdaer?
I could Action Surge.
You could, but this isn't even the
Can I-
boss.
Can I do 28 damage in one hit? Yeah, probably.
I mean, you just did, but was that a high roll? Was that a low roll? Guy
Mitch,
is
you did some
prepped and ready.
preparing. Guy, do you feel like you can do 28 damage in one hit? One singular hit?
I do think I can because I
Okay.
have, as long as I hit right, but I've got branding smite that I can prep my next attack with. I then
Mhm.
also have arcane jolt for a pseudo smite with my holy oil on it. So
And
I
all of
have
that
a lot
can
of
be what?
additional.
All of that
modifiers
will
for
count
one
as a
big hit.
single instance of damage because it's all stacked on top of each other.
Okay. Alright then. With that one hit that I did hit, I'll give him disadvantage on his next attack.
All right, disadvantage on his next
and,
attack.
That will be that for me.
That will be
So,
that.
knowing my luck, I'll probably roll a 1 on all of those damage rolls.
We still have Jay though, who can do a Christ ton of damage to him.
Well, guiding bolt last time did like 22.
Oh,
True. All right, Lily, it is your turn. However, you have been shooting against the big bad guy, and now after Nymdaer's attack, the big bad guy is sitting perilously close to that whole being teleported away threshold. He is at 28 HP, and you can see right, like your whole party is in on this concept. This is y'all's plan. This is your quest, right? So people are like throwing out the signal or calling out the signal or whatever to let everyone know that if you bring him to 22 or lower, he's gonna teleport away. So someone has to kill him in a single big hit now. So
I'm not the
Pretty
single
sure I got
big
him.
hit person.
So knowing that-
instead of him, I'm gonna attack this guy.
all right, sounds like a plan.
Like if Mitch doesn't want to try or can't do it, I'm pretty sure I can.
29,
Of course,
definitely gonna hit,
friggin'
Lily.
29 on that guy.
7 damage.
7 would have been too much. You're lucky.
7 would have been too much. All right. He is still glitching around, screen tearing. He's not quite dead yet. Second attack.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You good? 26 definitely hits. Another
9 too
9
much.
damage.
Too
This
much.
wraith is barely holding on. Anything else for your turn, Lily?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. The wraith being piloted by Chatters is completely unconcerned by the pool of blood bubbling up underneath its feet. Akistos also seems completely unconcerned. Actually, he rolls a 15. He's pretty cocky and confident in himself. He is still a little pissed, knowing that he can't really hurt Nymdaer and Dolly very well. He turns his attention to the new guy, trying to hurt someone. He swings his elongated claws at Guy.
Ooh, so long.
Fucking course,
yeah,
you get borked out.
Nope, no, he hasn't. He already has disadvantage.
He
for me.
already has
just-
disadvantage.
Okay.
It's just hilarious to me that
This is
every
absolute
time,
horse shit.
every
You
time.
know it is.
Go ahead and roll it again. Roll that 30 again. Oh, okay,
27.
Close.
Fucking absolute horse shit.
Which is only 14.
I'm gonna allow it to hit me.
14 damage coming your way, Guy.
Reduced to half because I also have fire resistance.
You also have fire resistance, so you take 7 damage. But the thing is you are hasted, so I do need you to make a concentration check on that.
Okay, that would suck.
Done for a minute.
Yeah.
Is it a minute or is it just one turn now?
I think it's just one turn now. You are able to overcome
Well, fucking
the
+6.
minimum roll there. However, that was only his first attack. He sees that Nymdaer is resistant to fire. Dolly is resistant to fire. Guy is resistant to fire. He swings
But
at the
the
only
dog.
other available option, which is the dog, which I'm assuming Guy is not gonna let me, which means Guy jumps in front of the swing.
That is correct.
No.
That is a
Get
lot.
borked at! Oh my god!
That is so much damage.
Holy
That is
shit, that's
so much
damage.
damage.
This is fucking half of my health.
That's crazy. Even resisted, that's crazy.
Christ.
Fuck right off, Jeremy. Fuck right off.
19!
Yeah, that's better.
Does that
Fucking
miss?
Double yeah, fucking miss. Get out of here.
Okay.
Goddamn
Oh,
double
holy
crit
shit.
piece of shit.
Oh. It's the thing is not even me actually hurting y'all that's fun anymore. It's just hitting Mitch consistently.
Just fucking with me.
Just hitting Mitch consistently. Oh, yeah, he's mad. It's Sif's turn.
Sif is gonna do the bitey bites.
He's gonna do the bitey bites.
Bite.
Bite. That's a hit.
Get bit.
9 damage, still alive.
Get bit again.
Bite. That's a hit. Screen tears into oblivion. All of the wraiths, sans the wraith that Chatters is inside, have been dealt with. And it's Guy's turn.
Are you gonna soften him up? You gonna soften him up a little bit? You gonna hit him with that kick?
It's like
How much health does he have?
Kick him in the head.
He's got
He's got
28
28.
currently. He can take
How
6 damage before.
Six.
He can, on 7, he phases. He can take 6.
Alright, hold on, let me look at
Do
what
we
I
know
got
what
going
his
on.
resistance to necrotic is?
It
d-
appears to be none.
Yeah, it does not appear to have any
Normal
resistance.
damage. Okay.
He
I
took the
had
full
a plan.
damage from
I
die.
no longer.
So I have 1 strength, but do my punches get my int bonus?
I don't think so. I don't
What?
know,
It's like-
actually.
So I've got the thing that lets me do damage with my weapons, using my int.
The answer
don't
would
know.
probably be no, but even if they did, how high is your int?
4.
So it would still only do a maximum of 5.
Yeah, as opposed to maximum of 2.
Okay. So,
What kind of artificer are you?
what's the verbiage
Battlesmith.
here?
Is that a battlesmith ability, or is that just an
No,
artificer
it's,
thing?
it's just an artificer thing.
Is it
Artificer.
an infusion? Or something else?
I'm finding it. Hold on.
Artificer.
Damn, arcane jolt.
Yeah, that's the additional smite thing I was telling you about.
Force
Is he
damage,
fire
yeah.
resistant? I
Yeah,
assume?
okay, so it's when you attack with a magical weapon, you can use your int modifier.
Then that would be a no. Your feet and hands do not count as magical weapons.
Okay, fine. Then I attempt to punch him for 2 damage.
He sees your glowing weapon
Yeah, I'm coming at him with my weapon, and then I'm like, pop!
and is confused when you try to punch him. You have advantage.
Was it fucking plus strength, plus efficiency? I don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna hit him, but we try. Yeah,
You
sounds
tried it.
about fucking right.
All right.
Uh,
So if you're confident you can do it, take
Wait.
the hit.
I think we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Branding Smite as
Okay.
well.
Branding Smite, Holy Oil applied, and you can Arcane Jolt without any actions or anything like that, right?
Correct.
All right. Let's see how it goes.
Hold on, let me double check the wording on my Holy Oil. Holy
One more
oil,
wheel.
Holy oil. 2d8 radiant. Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go. Attack 1. 25.
Okay.
25 will hit.
Okay.
Okay, roll your
There's the base
damage.
damage.
That is 15. Roll your Arcane Jolt.
Arcane Jolt.
It's 20.
22. 20. Yeah. Okay.
Roll your Branding Smite.
Branding Smite.
28. That did it.
24.
No, that's radiant. The
What?
radiant is doubled.
Is he weak to
Oh,
radiant?
Branding Smite is... Yeah, sorry, I thought Branding Smite was the fire one. That's Burning Smite or whatever it is.
That's
so
that's
that
the wrong
is-
weapon.
That is 28. You did not even need the Holy Oil. You can go ahead and roll 48 anyways, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Wow.
Super dead.
Holy shit.
Hold on. I hear a woman.
38.
No.
45
It should have been 28.
damage.
It should have been. So it should have been 2d8, and then you double that.
Yeah, 48.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doubling the result of what I rolled.
Oh, no. No, I was just having you roll 48 rather than, like, roll 2d8 and double it. Or I was just having
don't
you
have to
double
do-
the dice, which probably...
Yeah,
that's crit mechanics, so that probably shouldn't have been the way that we did it, but whatever. You deal 45 damage in a single hit. As this starts to happen, right? Like, you already have the Holy Oil on your weapon. As you are raising the weapon, the Branding Smite also streaks across it. And for the briefest moment as the weapon is falling down on his head, Akisto suddenly realizes that he actually is in serious danger, and you just see the barest hint of realization in his eyes before he has any chance to react to it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Your sword cleaves into his head, down a portion of his face, and he is dead. No chance for the security measures to kick in. He falls to the ground, completely dead.
It's like the "I'm a genius, oh no" meme.
And over the course of the next few moments, right? Your battle has ended. You have completed this side quest, right?
Yeah, get fucked, big man. I want his arms.
Get
Welcome
fucked,
home, Cassandra.
big
What,
man.
his
Welcome home,
arms? Is that
Cassandra.
what you just said?
Yeah, weren't his arms like really cool?
I mean, they've got really long talons on them, yeah.
I thought they were like big man arms.
I mean,
No, sorry, I'm not on bones. I'm good without the arms.
no. This is big man arms. I mean,
Yeah, you got-
Look, we're
got
pretty
an
close
armless
to being
arm.
able to bring
You got
bring
no
the
tail.
yeah, he's got that gator
bring the
tail.
bad
That
man
gator tail would
dudes. Yeah.
as you all are coming down from that, battle high, taking a few moments to collect yourselves, you hear a sudden splash, and your attention is drawn to the blood fountain as you see tendrils of blood have shot up out of the fountain through the ectoplasmic goop of the wraith and wrapping around Chatter's bony ankles, and are now trying to tug the skeleton into the blood pool, and the skeleton is trying to resist by trying to float away in the wraith's body. But it's pretty clear that the blood pool is winning in the contest of strength. What do you do?
Oh no!
I wish him good luck on his journey to the afterlife.
Yeah?
I asked Sif what's going on.
Sif is very unconcerned by the situation.
Chatters is getting sucked in.
Chatters has bloody tendrils up from the fountain around his ankles, pulling him out of the wraith and into the blood fountain, while Chatters is trying to fly away in the wraith's body.
What's going on?
And he's losing.
Sif, what's
and-
going
Alright.
on?
And he's
I've got an
losing.
immediate fix for this. I'm on the broom and I'll like do that thing like you're trying to start a motorcycle, and I'll grab and I'll start flying towards him. While doing so, I'll grab out of my pack the immovable rod, shove it in his ribcage, and hit the button.
What? Okay, that happens. While that's happening, Sif is responding to you, Lily, and looks at
going
you,
on?
looks at you and
Fucked
goes,
up shit.
looks like the pool. And then while saying that, Linsey flies over, jams his fist, holding a rod, into this ectoplasmic wraith's body.
Yeah.
Flicks the rod inside of Chatter's ribcage, and then you can all hear this kind of muffled tink, 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 as the blood pool tendrils are trying to pull the skeleton, but hitting the rod. And Sif just kind of cocks his head and goes, "Well, now I have no idea."
I shoot the blood stuff. I shoot in the water that's trying to pull him in.
Okay. You fire some arrows into the bloody tendrils. No attack roll needed. They're not hard to hit. They're not moving or dodging or anything like that. And your arrows shoot right through the blood and disappear into the pool. They do not resurface as one might expect them to.
I take out my hag blood arrow and let some of the hag blood dip into the. I want to know what happens. Blood mixes with
so
the blood.
oh god. Okay. You take out the hag blood arrow, hold it over the bloody fountain, and the hag blood arrow, every time it's out, is just kind of like dripping blood. Not like streaming blood, but just like a drip type situation. It's almost slow motion as a blood droplet falls from the arrow towards the surface of the blood fountain. And as it comes towards contacting the rippling surface of the blood fountain, you see the blood go concave and open a massive hole in itself to nothingness, forever black dark, about 2 feet down, and the hag blood just drops into that nothingness as if the blood fountain itself is sentient and unwilling to allow the hag blood to touch it.
That's how I feel. I stick it back in my
you're just like, yeah, me too.
yeah. Yeah, I get that. I'll ask Shatters, why is it trying to take you?
You hear this? Chatter's voice is very muffled inside the wraith. I say voice. He doesn't have a voice. It's very muted. It's more like inside the wraith because he can't move his jaw as fast, and he's just like waving his arms in confusion, like he has no fucking clue what's going on.
Okay. Do we want to pull him out and keep going?
Yeah, we have time now. I'm sure somebody's got like hempen rope or something. We could probably tug him through.
I have rope. I don't think I have rope.
I think I have rope. I don't know where I was at.
Sure, I mean, we all have like some kind of pack. I have an explorer's pack.
Because did Shatters lose his legs?
Say what?
Did Shatters lose his legs?
No, the whatever magic is holding Chatters together seems to be like it makes his body solid enough that the bloody tendrils are not able to like rip his legs off. So now there's just like this unending contest of strength as the bloody tendrils are trying to continue to pull him down, but they can't get past the immovable rod.
I pull out my.
We just got to get him out of it. Okay.
Yeah, I pull out my 50 foot of rope, and I'll make a lasso, put it around Chatters, throw the other end. All this, I'm floating on top of my broom, making sure to not contact the blood.
Sure.
And I'll throw the end to the party, and when everybody's ready, I'll reach in and take the rod out.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
I'm ready. I'll take a hold.
Yeah, the party does a conjoined tug of war scenario with the skeleton in the wraith's body and the blood fountain. It is not a difficult contest of strength with so many of you involved. As soon as you can put a little bit of tension on the rope, and then as soon as the immovable rod is removed, there is an initial tug from the blood pool, but then once you're actually pulling on the rope, pretty quickly you're able to drag Chatters away from the bloody pool, still in the wraith's ectoplasmic body, and after about like 2 feet outside of the pool of the fountain, the blood fountain, the tendrils kind of like just release, being too strained as they're trying to hold on, and they slink back into the fountain, and the fountain surface once again goes calm.
Cool.
And Chatters at that point, like very animatedly, like gives thumbs up and nods and kind of like opens his mouth to say something. And as he does that, you see a very weird scenario through the kind of like green ectoplasm. You see this kind of star shape in the back of his mouth, right? Like back on the back of his esophagus or back of his spine.
Oh my God, is he Al from Full Metal Alchemist?
No. But you see it glint, and then in a matter of about 2.5 seconds, the entire form of the ectoplasmic wraith gets ripped up off of his body and funneled horrifyingly, like in a nasty way, like funneled into his mouth and disappears into this sigil in the back of his throat.
Damn. Real throat goat.
Shang Tsung said what?
Real throat goat. And then he falls, no longer being in the wraith's body, he falls to the floor, lands, looks around, looks real confused, and then just shrugs at you.
I will give my life.
All right, what do you want to do?
You gonna give your life for the skeleton? Is that what I just heard?
It's just playing into that like meme where party becomes overly attached to a stupid NPC.
To a stupid NPC.
Fair.
Okay.
So we would never
I'd
be
rather
give my life
attach
for
to
shatters.
Sif. Sif is my favorite.
Sif has that kind of like aloof cat, I don't give a fuck you kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, I'm rather attached to Sif.
Speaking of Sif, I need a wisdom saving throw from Sif.
Why?
Oh boy.
DC 14.
Why?
Why not?
Sif is slowly dying from fucking days.
Sif's maximum HP reduces by 10.
Why?
Fuck this. Alright, hold on.
He's
Glad
a
we
demon.
rested.
It's fine.
Oh no. Sif, what's happening to you?
He
I'm
coughs.
Do I not have
It's
greater-
almost like a cat coughing up a hairball. But instead of coughing up a hairball, he coughs up like a little glob of lava, which sizzles against the floor. He's just like, green thing touched me, feels bad.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fucking green thing.
Greater Restoration is 5, and I took Mass Cure once.
And so ends the story of Sif from a single hit.
I do think if your HP reduces to 0 in this manner, you die.
Oh, 100%.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
No.
Need
Everyone say
another-
The
goodbye
only
to Sif while
greater
you can.
resistance scroll I had, I used on the NPC in the last adventure.
Need another
Uh,
DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Fuck it.
Goodbye,
I'll just to see. I'll
You're
use the spell
killing
slot.
Sif?
Well, I don't have a way to save him. You want me to? I can end it faster. Was that helpful?
13 does not do it. Another minus 10 maximum HP.
Everyone say goodbye to Sif. Give him a
I
hug.
will spend a spell slot to cast Lesser Restoration just to see if that does anything.
Goodbye.
As-
Don't we have like a fucking a balm or some shit? Doesn't that exist?
Oh, you mean starts with a K?
I don't know. Some sort of fucking greater restoration balm.
I don't even know what I have.
Wait,
I've
wait!
tortured it
Holy
all.
shit! Wait! I have a Wand of Restoration.
He's got a wand of. He was just gonna let
That's
him die.
kind of useful for this
knew he had
particular
that.
situation.
Yeah, he knew. He was ready to
This
just
one
let
has
him
6
die.
charges while holding.
He's
You can
gonna
use an
let-
action to expend 2 or greater charges.
That's fucked
Or
up.
4 to cast Greater Res. I spend 4 charges to cast Greater Restoration.
Did you
send
already
him right
do
back
the
to hell.
lesser restoration?
I mean, I did. Just
It is removed by the lesser restoration.
okay.
Sif's,
Right to hell. Do not
Sif's
pass go.
maximum
Right to hell.
HP returns to its original maximum HP. His current
I hug
HP
Linsey.
does not go up, so whatever he has been squished down to by his max remains where he is at.
Damn.
I hug Linsey.
Jim's gonna let him die.
not.
Look, I'm doing well to pay any attention I can pay. I'll take.
Sith looks about as green around the gills as a fiery hellhound can look. He looks pretty ill. He's coughed up a couple of these little lava balls at this point, and he does not look pleased. But the
He likes
effect
it.
is gone.
Boy,
And he is now okay.
alive.
I'll
Oh, wow.
apologize for making him translate for the skeleton.
He just kind of like shakes his head and is unnaturally good-natured at the moment compared to what he normally is, and he's like, it's not like that was your fault or anything. It's
Kind of.
fine. We're good.
It's kind of my
And then he
fault.
bites you.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be right back. I have to get my actual hellhound outside.
All right. Battle is over. Blood fountain is dealt with. Sif is no longer leaking HP. As the party stands, many of you have a few minor wounds, but for the most part are doing okay. Sif is
I'm
below
good to
half
go.
HP. Kira, Lily, Linsey are missing chunks of HP. Artorias is missing a chunk of HP. And Chatters, who barely has any HP, is also missing a lot of HP for him. So, that being said, what would you like to do as you find yourself now alone with the dead body of Akistos in this place?
Okay, so we killed the dude. And we captured the other dude, right? I know we put the crown on him.
Yes.
Do we still have a capture we have to do?
You have to capture the main boss, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Before we head out, I'm gonna cure wounds on Sif, and
Okay.
we'll do level 3.
Alright.
So Sif will get not as much as I was hoping. And I will 1d8 at Kira.
17? Is that right?
17 for Sif, 7 for Kira, and I will use
Statistic
wearing this ring. All right, and then I will use this ring to restore a spell slot of 3. So I'll get that back.
Okay. Sounds good.
Kira, Doggo. Is everybody at least over half?
I'm good to go.
Everyone except for Chatters is over half.
I can't give him a potion of healing, right? There's no way for him to ingest it.
Unsure.
We don't know that. You don't know until you try.
I don't think I have any more. Anyways,
do you buy?
Greater healing. What's that for me?
It's 44 plus 4.
No, I meant the thing I have.
What then?
That's greater healing.
I don't know. It would be in one of the sheep.
I'm looking.
You don't need to take like any.
You just have
Oh, I
items
have a
off of him.
restorative ointment.
Yeah, that's the ointment I was thinking about.
Yeah.
That's the one that is that just heal or is that one also do other shit?
It's as an action herb.
We're just talking, so I'm good to go.
5
Yeah, you're
doses of
fine.
fixed mature that smells faintly of aloe, the jar, and its contents.
Yeah, y'all didn't need to take any hands or anything. Okay, cool.
just for whatever, I'll do a level 1 cure wounds on Kira.
Okay.
So you can have another. Why is that 1 so much bigger than my 3? Anyways, okay, so Kira gets another 19, and I'll 1d8 at Chatters.
As you turn towards Chatters with the holy energy
Oh
blossoming
shit! It's
out
not
of
holy. No.
you, Chatters like puts up his hands like just waving like no.
Please don't murder me.
I see that and then redirect it into my own chest. I'll heal too.
Okay.
That'd have been funny if had I killed Chatters from.
You just explode
I
him.
killed
the
him with
freaking
kindness.
shield.
I
That
was
would've
like,
been
all right,
really funny,
undead.
actually.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm kind of
Shockingly
sad that
still.
Jeremy stopped you.
Chatters, while this is happening, Chatters, or after that happens, Chatters kind of like looks around with his hollow skull eyes, quote unquote, and kind of like marches over to Guy, right? Kind of like looks up at Guy on Artorias, and he kind of like holds out his skeletal arm with like little patches of dried flesh on it, and he kind of like,
I give him bones.
Men?
you what?
Give him bones.
Oh.
He looks and he points at your sword
Is he a
You
dragon?
want, me
Chatters
to,
is a dragon.
and raises up his arm.
you want me to scrape my sword against you?
Yeah,
he
he's
nods.
a dragon.
Okay, I'll scrape my sword against him, see if some of that necrotic heals him up.
Roll
Or he's
damage.
a dragon.
Did we check and see if he was a dragon?
You
No,
did
because
check and
I
see if
wasn't
he was a
gonna
dragon.
swing on him.
Hey, did
Do
you
we
already
have like
wipe
a
off that
quest to
holy?
find a dragon?
Did you wipe off that holy oil already, or?
As you
It's
scrape,
one use.
yeah,
just
it's one use. As you
okay.
scrape the
It's just, I also explode him now.
as you scrape the blade against Chatters, just his rickety bones do actually take 1 damage from just the contact of the blade itself. But as the 1 damage of the blade bites into his form, the 4 necrotic sweeps over him, and you do see some of the cracks in his bones begin to knit themselves.
Your goodness.
So he heals a little bit from that.
Alright, I keep scraping him.
Oh.
Does that mean he's a dragon?
You find that with a delicate hand, you are able to just basically like saw on his arm to where you're not doing enough damage with the actual blade, and the necrosis is just continuously healing him until he gets up to full.
Yeah, it's like a situation I couldn't do that in combat because it'd be too,
Yeah,
too
you-
quick and difficult
yeah.
to do. But,
Absolutely.
Brutal.
hell yeah, I am now a healer of the undead. I'm now an artificer necromancer.
Necromancer, if you will.
Necroficer.
Necroficer.
Yeah, necrofister. Yep.
Whatever you say.
I don't know.
Jim.
I was gonna say that sounds bad. All right. Chatters, after a few kind of like scratches from your sword, is back up to full HP. Gives you a thumbs up, and kind of just like looks over the body of Akistos and just kind of like looks around at all of you, and kicks the adjudicator in the stomach, and then kind of like walks over to the wall and just stands.
I
Okay,
also
we
give
go.
him damage as well. I'm getting on that.
All right. The next door is locked, but you have your master key. So it is no bar to your progress.
No bar to us.
I go
What would-
last.
What would you like to do? Who's going in first? What's happening?
I go in first.
I'm gonna
Nymdaer.
do a couple of mendings on Artorias to get him full real quick.
Easy peasy.
Where's the door? This is the door right here. Once
I'll
everyone's
follow.
ready, you let me know.
Okay.
I follow Nymdaer.
Looks like everyone is just about ready.
Okay. I kick in the door. Yeah.
You kick
it's
in
a
the
hallway,
door,
guys.
and you see an extremely narrow hallway leading
It's
to
a
another
hallway,
door.
everyone. False alarm. False alarm.
This
Do-do.
hallway is narrow enough that it might prove to be an issue for Artorias.
Damn. Okay.
Dang.
Can we make him mini? I don't know how the potion thing works.
How long has he been?
I mean, essentially since we got in here.
Okay. So yeah, you popped the potion right before you got in here. No, you popped the potion up on the second floor, right?
Yeah, I meant once we got into this dungeon.
Into the dungeon. Does it say on the potion how long it lasts? Pretty sure it's
like an hour?
the same. Yeah, an hour. Yeah, that's probably wearing off or worn off at this point. So
Okay.
we can basically say that at this point it has worn off.
Cool. All right, he goes.
It's been a while since we've seen Tiny Artorias.
I know. I just come to accept that he is always big.
He's always big. He's often always big. Okay. Second door. Same as the first. You have your master key. Kicking in the door, Nymdaer?
Oh yeah, I am. I do that.
You kick in the door.
Yeah.
You kick in the door and yeah. Okay.
I jump in like I go yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's a bathroom.
Oh,
it's
yeah, it's a
in
bathroom.
this dude's office.
It
It's
is.
a Kiona, bitch.
An office.
An
You
empty
kick
office.
open the door to an oddly shaped, kind of triangular office. It has an extremely high vaulted ceiling, 60 feet up in the air. It has an extremely kind of like grandiose vibe to it. There are two extremely plush, opulent-looking couches that you know to be made of humanoid flesh. Seated in the center of the chamber, across a mahogany coffee table. And at the back is a very intimidating desk. Standing behind the desk, behind this very regal chair, is this guy.
Ooh.
Wow,
Regal.
he is regal.
He
Cool
is
as hell.
a very stately
Lazarus.
individual. The scent of
He's got a
spiced
great
butt wings.
incense.
Like
mustache.
a butt wings.
Yeah, he has butt wings.
He's got butt wings. The scent of spiced incense permeates the room. The walls are lined with huge paintings of grandiose scenes. And the carpet smells faintly of something pleasant. It's questionable, but just in general, Nymdaer, right? Like the combination of the incense in the air and the scent of the carpet makes your head swim a little bit. Like it's like stepping into one of those shops in the mall that have all of the like the incense smell stuff,
shit.
and
Yeah,
immediately
fucking
you're just
romance
like,
in the
oh
smell.
god, for a second, right? And standing behind that desk is the Infernal Chancellor Lazarus, and immediately he doesn't look perturbed at your presence. He just stands there. He smiles at you magnanimously, and just kind of like motions you in towards to his office. Not motioning just to you, but just motioning to your party as a whole. He's got a very mellow voice, right? It's very welcoming and soothing, but part of that might be kind of like the overwhelming scent, kind of making your head swim a little bit.
Drugging us.
He just kind of like, welcome, come in. Don't be shy. There's plenty of seating. You, your friends, come.
I come into the room.
I come. Everyone else coming on in?
Before I enter, I'm like, don't you care we murdered that other guy?
Akistos.
Good question, guy. Good question.
It's a little bit of a loss, I will admit. But, such is the way of things in our realm. It would have happened eventually, either to a power struggle, a young upstart, or by my own hand for him getting too big for his britches. Honestly, I assume he had every intention of doing me over at the
By
same
his
time.
hand. By his hand.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
no problem.
Well, that's good enough for me. Coming in.
Under his eye.
Under his eye.
Alright. People start to mosey inside.
I clicked on you. Why aren't you?
Who's the last person in the room?
The last person to enter?
Yeah.
Oh, I assume Jay or Lily.
Lily, probably me.
Lily, if you are the last person to enter into the room, as your party is kind of gathering, Lazarus does look and he says, "Would you mind getting the door? It gets a little drafty with the hallway being so narrow and the breeze coming over that fountain. I
Make sure you
prefer
turn
the
that
door
deadbolt
closed."
real quick too.
Yeah.
Well, we may not be staying very long. I'll leave it open.
He shrugs. Fine, suit yourselves. You're welcome to be seated. You all seem a little tense, though, so...
I mean, you are a devil.
Hell lawyer.
Hell lawyer.
Not sure which is worse.
You're a devil lawyer, so I mean, two of the worst things that could exist.
Indeed, in some minds. However, in others, I am their light at the end of the tunnel.
Because you're killing them?
Because I offer them the means to get out of whatever situation they are currently in.
By killing them.
By giving them power, gifts, wealth, options. At the end of their lives, I may claim their soul, but I do not take it from them.
So it's not pro bono.
I mean,
Definitely not. He says that just kind of like a definite no.
no.
But he doesn't hide
I'm gonna
it,
get
right?
I'm gonna get my pound of flesh.
This is a business.
Literally.
So, yeah, I am gonna shoot him.
All right.
Okay.
I think it's the best way forward.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't figure you out, Lily, because all the things that we definitely need to fight instantly, you're like, let's talk.
Let's talk.
And anything that wants to talk to us, you're like, I don't trust it. I'm gonna shoot it.
Well,
Yep.
no,
Every
we were
single one.
told that he's always willing to make a deal, but we're not gonna get a good deal on his turf. We have to get him in the handcuffs. So I don't want to
I'm
make
not
a
saying-
deal to make
I'm
him
not
put
saying
the
you're
shackles
wrong.
on.
I'm not
I
saying
don't
you're
wanna make
wrong,
a
and I'm not
deal.
against it. I just find it kind of funny.
Yeah.
Lily
I
raises her
I
bow,
think-
knocks an arrow, and unleashes it.
do. I'm gonna shoot. Oh, I'm gonna miss.
The arrow, in an instant, the arrow hurtles through the air, makes it about halfway across the room, and shatters against an invisible wall.
Oh.
Interesting.
And
Hey, we got
Lazarus
a wall.
kind of cocks his head and looks at you and says, "Well, that's less savory than I would have preferred, but I can understand if you're here for a reason, down to business. I get it."
Huh.
Yes. To business.
To business.
Do you have any hunts? Because we need to defeat them.
We do. We have to defeat them
Uh,
immediately.
Have any what? What?
I can't remember. Maybe a few, but
We got to get down to business.
I'd have to look.
To defeat the hunts.
It
To defeat.
sounds oddly familiar. I'd have my secretary look into it, but I believe you sawed off his horns and sent him elsewhere.
Yeah.
He had a
Well,
prior
somebody,
commitment.
on my favor.
It happens. Everyone's replaceable. Are you sure you wouldn't like to sit down?
No.
I'm not a big fan of the flesh-based furniture.
Ah,
It's very
No.
eco-conscious, though. I feel like you would be a fan of that, Lindsay. You know,
Right, but I mean,
Reuse,
you can't say no
recycle.
to a nice mahogany bench.
Is that considered vegan?
did they
I
consent?
mean, do you consider
that's the whole
humans
thing with
animals?
veganism is they have to consent.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's vegans' big problem is that the animals can't consent.
So like, if a pig is all like, "Yeah, man, take my skin," they're cool with it.
Yeah, yeah. If the pig could consent, they'd be okay with it.
If
Oh,
if
interesting.
speak with animals were real,
I
The
did not
squirrel
know that
out
that
here
was
is just
the big
like,
hang up.
kill me, please.
That's the hang up.
Cool. Well, now I know more about vegans.
Yeah, it's important. It's important work.
Lazarus sighs, circles around his chair, and takes a seat. Leans back, puts his hands up behind his head. Says, "Well, if you are here for business, I guess let's talk."
I mean, you guys want to hear him out?
Well, I mean, we come with our stipulations first. He's asking for us. What's our ask, right? So
What-
we'll
what
open
was
up
our
with,
ask?
Location of
we will begin the
Our ask-
negotiations
Sauce
with
Cook.
we.
Our ask is that he leaves with us with the magical shackles on.
Ooh.
What if he
Wow.
just
Do you
gives us
just
the
ask that?
information
Do
we
you
want?
just ask him that?
No, sorry, that was the group.
Okay.
That was the group.
Okay,
That's not
we're
a
in group
character.
chat mode. We're in group chat
In
mode.
group
Like-
chat,
like,
Y'all
like-
let me know.
That's what we
What-
need.
So this
Wait,
is out
what
of
was our-
character right now.
Yeah, y'all let me know
Out of
when you're ready to
character.
say something to him.
As Lily, but not as Lily.
Not as
It's
Lily.
not
Where's the-
not
where's the
confusing at all.
actual, like, quest thing.
So what? All right. So what Hawks
He,
wants from
he
us is to
supposedly
bring
knows
him
the
in so
location
he can be
Or the
questioned.
Codex Ignis.
Yes,
Right.
about the location of the book.
So just give us the location and then continue being a hell lawyer.
Because he won't give us the location that we've been warned that if we
Yeah.
try and bargain with him on his turf, it is not going to go well. So we need to get him in the magical
But here's the
shack-
thing:
shackles.
like the ultimate
Well,
goal
we
is
announced yet though.
the location of the book. So if we can get that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just open with we're looking for the Codex Ignis. Where it at?
Yeah, help us out. Help a brother out.
That the starting inquiry?
Yeah, help a brother
Help a
out.
brother out. We're looking for the Codex Ignis. Those words
We'll go dark
verbatim.
skin.
Oh, the Codex. Okay. That's a pretty interesting ask. And what are you willing to give for this information?
We will give you these really cool bracelets.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. That was not actually what I should say.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've been hearing around the place that your people think we're really cool. So, what we will do is we'll hang out with you for 5 to 10 minutes, and then when asked, we'll just leave.
Alternatively, we're very good at getting things done.
Oh
There
yeah.
anything
Oh, we're
you
good
need
at stuff.
done?
Yeah.
I have many things that I need done. Many things that I need done.
Why don't you hit us with some of those things, and we can sift through them and see what we can maybe help with.
Oh yeah, I love that for us.
Well, there's about 7 individuals in between me and the position that I want, for one.
All right, summon one of them here right now. We'll take care of him.
If I was able to summon them, then they would not be in positions above me.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Drow priestess style. I can't summon them either.
So is your ask essentially murder all of the demons above or devils above you? Sorry, don't mean to make you all sound like you're the same.
That would be something I would consider, perhaps.
How would we possibly deliver on that?
Who are you with?
We are with the Codex Hunters.
We're a lesser known group.
We're really starting
CH
out.
for sure.
A bit of a startup.
You don't
Yeah,
need
we're
to
starting-
lie to me in my chambers. It doesn't really work.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, I might not be lying. Maybe we call ourselves the Codex Hunters.
You don't.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. What do you mean we don't?
You haven't
been-
until mere moments ago.
Well,
I
now
don't
it's
know
true.
about that.
We've been told to
Manifest
That
its
is such a
truth.
Mitch technicality.
Go ahead, Lily.
Is
I'm like in the UI changing the name of our party like as I'm talking to it.
I was gonna say to him, we've been asked to take you for a negotiation with the people above us.
Ah. That's good. That's clever. That's clever. Taking me from my seat of power for, he raises his hands and air quotes, negotiations.
I've been
people
told you have knowledge that is required.
And so you're here to do it by force, presumably considering the swath you have cut through my establishment.
I
It doesn't have to
felt
be.
like force would be the easiest way.
Swath.
Force often is the easiest way. I employ a number of individuals purely for that powerful arrangement. Well, I don't exactly want my office to be trashed. I would prefer that not be the case. However, at the same time, just knowing that your employers want me wherever they are and not here implies that they understand the art behind specific negotiations, which means that wouldn't be great for me. Though, if you can sweeten the deal for me, I don't see why I couldn't be amenable to it, at least in some form or fashion.
Okay. What would your deal be for us to put you into these magical shackles and take you to our leaders?
Well, I would need guarantees of safety
Done.
and guarantees of my safe return.
Probably.
Done.
There
should
was some
really-
hesitation there.
Should really learn sending.
Can
Well,
you not
There's hesitation
guarantee
because
my
we were
safe
just told
return?
you to. We were just told to bring you there. We weren't told that we would be escorting you back. So I don't know.
Ah,
I will say that I won't kill you while you're gone.
So you do not speak on behalf of your employers. You're not empowered to negotiate for them.
I mean, technically, no. That's why they want to
well,
talk to you.
We can make
I
certain assurances, right? Yeah, I think we can make assurances.
I think that it would depend on your behavior while there.
Hmm.
I
Your
would say
safe return.
we have made altered bargains in the past that they would not have liked, and we still made
That's
good
true.
on them.
Yeah, I'd say
That's
we can
true.
probably say it then.
Yeah, but if I reserve the right to attack you if you attack me or my friends.
Ah, easily written into the deal. I have been more than amenable already at this point, and I have zero intention of harming anyone unless I myself come under attack.
Okay.
We'll write a mutual pacifism clause into the contract, shall we?
Sure.
Can I have the pretzels, please?
Other things. Those are all just the minor, basic arrangements, of course.
The whole contract. Is this only the contract for you to go and speak to our bosses?
That would be the case, yes.
Okay, never mind.
I'll be back.
I'm not feeling as if a contract or a meeting is warranting the forfeiture of anyone's soul or something along those lines, but I do feel as if I need some sort of collateral in this bargain.
Don't even look at my dogs. Don't even think about it.
Like what?
Collateral.
Well, don't look at me. My afterlife is already dedicated to Kiona.
I can tell.
Wow.
He has a faint outline of ownership around him.
Ownership.
Hey, that's called job security.
Ooh, what? Who's owning stuff? I want to own stuff.
The dreadlord that owns Linsey's afterlife owns his afterlife.
Typically, in these types of arrangements, the bargains that I would request, especially for security, safe passage, that sort of thing, would be a hostage.
Everyone looks at Chatters.
No, not
Oh,
Chatters.
yeah.
He's my favorite.
Perhaps someone a little more cared for by your group, rather than the individual you broke out of my dungeon a floor above. You even know why
Not
he
the
was
old
in there.
man.
We're very connected to him now.
Not Walter. Hold on. What are we negotiating for? I'm just yelling things.
We have to give him a party member,
A
To
hostage.
do what?
a hostage.
To do what?
For him to be willing to go with you.
A hostage. Where's the hostage stay?
The hostage will... He'll respond. The hostage will remain in a safe location of my choosing, with the obvious caveats of should harm befall me, the exact same harm shall be inflicted upon said hostage.
Okay. I would like to see the appendix entry for harm, please.
Any physical, emotional, mental, or property
Are you gonna
damage
do feelings
inflicted
get
upon
hurt?
me
The hostage's feelings get hurt?
will be done to the hostage magically.
Roll for Fifi damage.
Roll for Fifi, damn it.
Are you going to be mentally taxed and have a conversation?
I wouldn't assume that I would. That mostly covers magical or psychic assaults.
No, yeah, that makes
All right.
sense.
Let's write out the contract and let's review it.
Oh, he gestures to his desk. The contract is being written as we speak.
Okay. I'm gonna go sit at the desk and I'm gonna peruse the contract.
You can't go through the invisible barrier.
Well, I need
Guy
to
is the
peruse the
smartest
contract,
member.
so can you let me through the barrier to review?
Do you attempt to
Bye.
walk up to it?
It's really good.
I mean, I asked, like, can I go peruse the contract?
When the contract is finished, I will deliver it unto you and your party to sign, review, and sign.
Sign,
I'm sorry,
review, and
with
sign?
the prior assault on my person, I'm not exactly certain that I am comfortable allowing you to approach until we have made a deal.
All right, you know what?
That's fair.
I trust our bosses. I will remain here.
Oh my god.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wait, hold on. When do I get to go back? When you get back?
Upon my safe return, you will be magically transported to wherever it is that you need to go.
Okay, but here's the caveat: is when allowed to leave, you don't dilly dally coming back. No dilly and dallying.
Sure, you can't dilly or dally.
He gestures, and you see there is a pen kind of like floating above a piece of paper that is just scratching. And he says, "Very well.
As you are released, I am released.
I will return as soon as I am able to. As soon as I have been released, I will return to this location, and upon the return of my location, you will be teleported back to whence you came."
All right, makes sense to me. Toss it over here.
While we're doing this conversation, can I kind of be looking around the room just casually? Don't want to be overt about it. But
Sure.
do I see anything that's like controlling this barrier between us and him?
Do you have Arcana as a skill?
Do.
Then you may roll an Arcana check.
Probably the couches.
Yeah, you think the couches are protecting him
Why he wanted us to sit on them?
so they could drain our power and make him more powerful?
It's because his position is weakest from
Hold
the
up,
couch.
hold up. I'm gonna do a couple of things here.
Okay.
I'm gonna flash a genius to add 4 to that,
Okay.
and then I'm going to build for success to add 1d4 to it as well. Okay, so 22.
22. The... Fuck. You follow the magical residue. It is an invisible wall, right? So there's nothing to see. But your sense of the arcane as a caster who has developed that skill, practiced that skill over the course of time, right? Your sense of the arcane allows you to detect the flow of magic, and it is very clearly emanating from the two paintings, creating a band between them that is exuding from both of them, but it does not encompass the paintings. It
So,
just
like, there's
goes from
something
from one
behind the
painting to
painting?
the other painting, but it's not like the paintings themselves are protected.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna while we're talking, I'm gonna kind of approach one of the paintings. I'm gonna look back and be like, "This is a really nice painting. Who's the subject? What is this?"
Narrows his eyes at you momentarily.
Yeah.
And you see his hands, which had been above his head, as the pen just kind of like, scratches away the amendments to the contract. You see one hand comes down to his desk as he begins to casually kind of like respond to you. He says, it's an interesting piece. There's a number of different things I like about it. The artist, an ancient elf. And you see the hand moves from on top of the desk to just underneath the desk. And he continues to speak to you, telling you, this very archaic, very elvish name. And
Fred.
very obviously in this kind of like tense stance as you are or have approached the painting. You are muted.
I said, very interesting, very interesting. And I walk over to the other painting. I said, what about this one? What can you tell me about this one?
A bit of a tale of opposition in that one. He kind of narrows his eyes at you, as if he's kind of reading the situation.
I have a
He kind of cocks his head.
Of Raskovar. You can talk to him.
Talking painting. Those are quite interesting, at least for the first few hours.
Did you know Raskovar?
It's not an individual that I'm familiar with. No.
The Doma?
The Doma Raskovar.
A vague recollection, but no one I've ever met.
Do you know what kind of paint they use for this? And I kind of reach up to like feel it.
He kind of like cocks his head at you, and he just like sighs and he says, "This could be amenable."
What do you mean? And as I turn and look at it, I accidentally push my finger through the painting.
You mean you
Probably
push
was
your
a very
finger
expensive
through the
painting.
painting?
Well, I have a feeling there's something behind it, right? So I'm trying to poke through the painting.
Your fingers touch the
Doing the board.
painting, and they just stop, right? Like you've just touched this like oil painting, and they don't go through or anything like that, but you feel this hum, this tingle in your fingers as this magical object that has been activated is still in effect. So the magic that's coming off of it and creating this barrier is kind of like humming in your fingertips.
Activated.
And I guess while I'm touching it, I cast Dispel Magic.
Yes. How does Dispel Magic work?
I think it's just
Magic be gone.
Good.
He
There you
says,
go.
"Google gobble, Google gobble." That's it.
For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. I need you to make a ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay.
DC is gonna be 16.
Ooh.
You cast the spell, you feel the crackle of energy immediately halt, and nothing has changed in the room, right? Like there is no visible barrier, so nothing has changed in the room, but the barrier no longer exists, and Lazavos just looks at you and says, "We don't have to do it this way."
Well, I think it's just important that we know about these paintings, right?
He sighs.
We are
Stands up
connoisseurs
from
of
his
art.
desk. His hands are still on. One hand is on top of the desk. The other hand is underneath the desk, and he just like stands there. Will we be
Now.
signing this contract or will we not?
I'm okay with either way forward.
I like to because at this point he doesn't have this magical barrier to stop him from, or to stop us from doing something. So he's no longer, in my opinion, in as much of a position of strength in negotiating. So,
Agreed.
do we want to just accept his contract and move forward, or do we want to try and bully him?
Do you
Here's
want to
the problem.
renegotiate?
Here's the problem, right? If this comes to blows, what happens is either he fucking dies or he bamps out. We have to find a way to get the shackles on him without reaching that threshold of either him bamfing out or dying. Like,
Yeah, we just give him low and then we hold him down. It'll be fine.
But what Jay is saying is that fighting him has the risk of, it might be a low risk, but does have the risk of failure. And you don't know how strong this guy is, so that is also a potential issue right there, right? So Jay's saying there's the risk there versus renegotiation or taking the current contract.
I mean, again, I'm cool with staying behind.
Okay, so I really want to try something, but I don't think it works, but I'm super curious if Jeremy would let it happen. So are you holding the manacles out right now? Like, do you have them, like, out?
who had them?
Who has them?
Like, the magical... I don't know who has them. But that was more of the question.
Did
I
we
guess.
specify who had them?
Who's on first?
Okay, I have them then. Sure. I'll say I have them. Fine.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know.
What,
Guy is.
let's say I wanted to catapult the manacles at his hands.
Tell me about that poem.
In an attempt to manacle him instantly.
Okay, sure. It is probably going to be a difficult check, but is it possible? Yeah, it's possible.
Wise on
Okay.
there?
Yo, mama.
All right.
Can we do a quick save before he does anything? Quick
Yeah,
save.
yeah, right.
We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 over here. Quick save. Let's do the dumb shit.
Well, actually, you guys think about it for a second. I gotta let the dogs out. They're whining, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Option 1. Fight this man. Go ahead, Mitch. Yeah. Option 1. Fight this man and risk having to fight him and potentially your plan not working. Option 2, renegotiate with him now that you're in a position of power and you can actually threaten him. Option 3, take the deal that he has already presented, and Nymdaer stays behind and you hope nothing bad happens. Option 4, guy shoots or catapults manacles at him.
I'm cool with whatever.
Thoughts?
I
plans,
do
feelings?
appreciate that we have this many options. This is cool. I like that. Having this much agency in the situation is nice. But it's also giving me decision paralysis.
Analysis paralysis? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Fair enough.
We
Alright,
have
if that's
time.
the case, doesn't sound like y'all are debating much. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back.
I don't really care. Whatever y'all want to do is fine with me.
Damn, that's not
Yep.
helpful.
I would
Let-
prefer either.
What?
So here's the thing. I
Attack
will
him
say
or
that
take the contract we currently have.
Hawks did specifically warn us not to make a deal because it will be unfair, as Lily pointed out
it seems
earlier.
pretty fair though. That's all I'm saying.
It does seem pretty fair, but are we being dumb? Are we like missing a crucial thing in this? Because, like, at least as far as the objective is written, it is very absolute in its wording that we're not going to get a good deal.
The way
Also,
that
this
it is
dude probably
worded,
wants to rip our head off for like literally killing all of his employees. He probably
on his
wants us
turf,
very
there is
dead.
no way the deal will be in the VAEA's favor. On his turf, there is no way the deal will be in the VAEA's favor. That's what it says. Capture him and return him. It
Yeah,
wasn't
the
make
order-
a deal to bring him back. It was capture him.
The order was to capture, not to deal.
So did we say that Mitch figured out how to bring it down? Did he bring down the shield?
No, yeah, the shield is gone.
Ugh.
And that was twofold. That was either to give us better conditions for making the deal now that he is less protected, or that's just so we can just go in and whoop some ass.
So I think I'll just attack him.
I will say, for
Well,
clarification,
let's try the catapult, and then if we're gonna betray him anyway.
I will say for clarification, the instructions that you received from the VAEA were to capture him because attempting to deal with him here for the information on the Codex Ignis could not result in a favorable deal for the VAEA. But that's not the deal that you're making with him right now. You're making a deal for him to leave, to go meet with the heads of the VAEA, to then make a deal about the Codex Ignis. Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's not
but
like
this is
one deal
Nymdaer
does not
that we're
equate to
talking
the other,
about.
necessarily.
This is
Cool with
Nymdaer
it.
that we're talking about, and I don't trust the VAEA.
I'll just
At
bring
all.
back down
Sure.
to the
So
door.
some
It'll be
part
okay.
of me is like, I know you're saying, oh, I trust them just fine. I'll just hang out here. But I don't know where he's going to keep you. He didn't say that. He might put you in a hellhole that's going to kill you slowly.
Be cool.
No,
Well, then it would be
wouldn't
killing
be.
him slowly too.
They
Because
they did write into the clause, right, that whoever the hostage would not be harmed, and that they would remain safe until he was returned, and then they would be allowed to immediately teleport away, right? So
I
that
didn't know better that
Sure.
they are super literal and they like are all about the deal, then
Sure.
I would not trust this deal either.
Are the deal.
I'm a very skeptical person, and I'm also a very protective person. So
Sure.
I would much rather just shoot an arrow at the dude.
by
Do
all
I
means.
realize? I don't know if I realize what's going on. Do I realize that the shield is down?
I think that there's probably, especially since Lazavos has been responding to Guy, as Guy has been doing these things, I think it's probably, if not completely clear, it's at least, suspected that what Guy is doing is lowering the barrier, right? So you might not have this knowledge in this immediate moment, but you're probably coming to the realization, right?
Okay. I think, off the record, I think my vote is that we fight. But that's my vote. So
okay, Zach's indifferent.
Yeah, I'm cool. Whatever.
I say fight.
There's a part of me that just like, as a player, I would like to be able to say that I was able to negotiate a contract with a devil and didn't fuck myself over in the end.
Just a story for later on in life to be.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, you never deal with devils. You'd be like, actually, I dealt with the devil one time and it worked out perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's like I'd like a deal with like Fae or devils. Like yeah.
I
There was
also
a
don't know how we're
comic-
gonna get him out.
Don't know.
What do you mean? It's just gonna work itself out. It's fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll work itself out.
There was a little web comic that I read. It was just like this one single comic where somebody was making a deal with a fey creature, and she was like, yeah, I want this thing. It was like to save her mother or whatever, and the fey was like, yes, but I'll have your firstborn, right?
Big pooper. Oh yeah,
And
I know what you're talking about, Jay.
She agreed, and then after the agreement,
God.
she's like, all right, so when do we start? And he was like, what? You said you want my firstborn. When do we?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
Oh gosh, that's really funny. I don't know. All right, Mitch, you have to decide. You're the deciding vote.
All right, what'd you guys decide on?
So
I
I
voted
was
fight.
like, I have some interest in trying to make a deal and come out of it unfucked. Lily wants to fight. Zach is indifferent.
And Cassandra
And
also
Dolly-
said fight.
Yeah,
Fight.
Cassandra said fight. So you're the
Fight to the death.
you're the deal breaker.
But we've also
confused.
kind of decided that hurdle gauntlets at him or hurdle shackles at him is the same as fight. It's just like the opening salvo of the fight. Because if it doesn't work, it's gonna lead to a fight, right?
Sure. Okay. Well, so I guess if we want to negotiate, how do you guys want to negotiate? Because like right now, he's at the point where if we sign, we're done. But do we want to leave a hostage to accept his terms? His terms aren't terrible, in my opinion. I assume
think
he's
they're
gonna
fine.
find
They
in some way.
seem.
I am uncomfortable with putting Nymdaer in the hands of anybody.
I feel like there is a possibility we overlook something. You know, like you ask for like, you know, a genie's like, you, what do you want? $1 million? Oh, $1 million doll hairs? Like, what did we
Oh
miss?
yeah, he's definitely gonna monkey's paws.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like for me, I am super protective of y'all, and I don't feel like I trust anybody. I don't trust the VAEA, and I don't trust this guy. Like I don't trust anybody. So for me, I would much rather attack.
Yeah,
Maybe he went downstairs.
he is downstairs. Yes. Currently.
Why?
So he probably has to go to the bathroom.
And there is the whole thing of, you know, our goal not being to like kill and also not get low.
What? I can't get low. That's fucked up.
Shody,
Low.
only Shody
Low.
can get low.
Get low.
Wait, did you come back up here?
He's mad at you. He's really angry at you specifically. He's mad at you
I
specifically.
think it's up to you at this point, Mitch. Do you want to launch those shackles or do you want to sign a contract?
Can I help you?
He probably just shit on the floor.
Okay, fine. I will say then at this point, now that the wall's down, I will say, you know, I don't know that we're super comfortable with a contract written by you, because we don't know what you might have hidden in it. How about we just do this on good faith?
He looks at you and he says, if you're gonna do this, just shut up and do it.
Rude.
Damn.
Dear goodness.
Is a little
Guy,
rude.
can I shoot him now?
Yeah, I would love to shoot him now. That was rude.
I
Good guy, but-
I turn to Lily and I say yes, and I catapult the manacles at him.
All right.
And I
Okay. So the first thing that we're doing is gonna be catapulting manacles, right? So catapulting manacles. Click the catapult spell for me. What exactly does catapult do for us?
Oh, that's a spell. I did not.
Yeah.
God.
So, catapulting manacles. So it would be a dexterity saving throw. However, in the normal functionality of the catapult spell, you're catapulting at something at someone to injure them, and that is the functionality of the spell. In this instance, you are trying to catapult a particular object in such a way, shackles, that they hit him and just immediately like click into place, right? Now, I would say normally I'd be like, fuck no, that's not happening, period. But in the description of how he is currently standing, he has one hand on top of his desk and the other hand underneath his desk like this. So he's kind of like leaning like this, right? So his wrists, his forearms are together. They are presented to make this a possibility, right?
Okay.
That being said, I think normally how I would do this is if this was an attack, I would give the attack a penalty, right? Like I would say, okay, yeah, you can try. It's like calling a called shot, right? It's like, yeah, you can try to shoot him in the eye, but you're going to have less of a chance to hit, right? Like that kind of concept. So in that same vein, I'll say we'll reduce the spell save DC by 2. So instead of a 16, it's a 14.
Okay.
And if he fails that spell save, shackles on.
Okay.
And I will say, because you guys have encountered this before, right? Like bosses often have some sort of supernatural ability to resist saving throw effects, right? Like legendary resistance or something like that, right? I will say that is not an option in this instance. Okay?
So if it lands, it lands.
If it lands, it lands. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The shackle
DC
shootout.
DC 14.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low for him. So
Infernal Chancellor Lazavos has a dexterity saving throw of +10.
Oh.
He needs a 1, a 2, or a 3 to fail this.
okay. Let's see if I have anything that I can.
Oh yeah, sure. If you got any,
if I have anything,
party,
that
put
can
your heads together.
adjust
If you've
this.
got any ways to either decrease his roll or boost this DC.
No, that only affects
I don't.
me.
How, like, would any of my dice, like, help? It doesn't really help, right? So.
If you've got anything that can increase the strength of another player's DC or decrease a enemy's check or save against a DC.
Where I read
I am
Flash of Genius, I can
unfortunately
only
wheeling.
add-
I'm not lowing, so I
Right.
cannot 1d6 his save.
I
Yeah.
have 4 1d4s for any. I don't know what they're for from the cards that I did. earlier.
Those are inspiration, I believe.
Okay. Never mind.
So those would be adding to one of your checks or rolls or something like that.
Okay.
So what were you asking, Mitch, with Flash of Insight?
Well, so Flash of Genius, I think
yeah.
it only lets me add. I can't like subtract 4 from his roll.
When you or another creature you can see makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add your intelligence to the roll. Yeah, you can't use it to subtract from his roll.
Yeah, it's kind of what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
difference.
I think it's just it's up to the dice at this
It's up to
point.
the
It is
dice.
a long shot, but if it happens,
One-
cool. If it doesn't, so be it.
1,
Could happen.
2, or 3 on a D20.
Ugh.
15%
That's a 15% chance. That's pretty damn good. For something like this.
Let it rip, Jeremy.
I did. It was hidden, so it doesn't count. It was
Yeah,
hidden.
was it hidden in our favor?
It was hidden. It didn't count. And it was a save for him. So you want a
Yeah,
second
reroll
one.
it.
Advantage toggle. Sorry, I gotta turn toggles on. All right, here is the actual saving throw. I gotta double check. Okay. Here we go.
Yep, that's it.
Absolutely
You
not.
nailed it.
I think he saved.
Yeah,
No,
the
he didn't
shackles
save.
hurtle through the air towards his hands, and he doesn't even like reach up to deflect them. One of his 4 wings comes up and knocks the shackles out of the air before they reach his wrists.
Damn.
I would like
dexterous.
I would like everyone to select their token and roll for initiative.
Okay. Nymdaer 2024 coming at you with advantage initiative 21.
Advantage initiative!
Put it on.
I'll be right back 1 second.
A lot of fucking people on this goddamn thing. Okie dokie. It has come to blows. The party refuses to deal with the infernal Chancellor Lazavos, unwilling to make a deal with the devil. They instead decide they're gonna beat the shit out of him, force him into these fucking shackles, take him back to the VAEA like they planned, and that is gonna be that. But we'll have to see if that actually works the next time we play Where Evil Lives, 8th City Advocacy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It will
Bye-bye,
work.
everybody.
Bye.
Oh, we left.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.